Hello, everybody, and welcome to my live. It is 11 p.m. in the UK. Obviously, I've gone a bit later on today because obviously I know it's different times, different areas, and stuff like that. So I've just basically come on live at a different time. So I'm not sure what time it is where you guys are. I do think it's around. Is it 5 or 6 where some of you are? Because I'm not sure what kind of district or stuff like that you guys are on. Hello, Mr. Black Wolf. Hello, Barbara Brofflio. Hello, Tammy Sue. Hello, Rainbow Melon. Hello, Texas Granny. Hello to you all. I have obviously let Megs know that I'm actually going live. I'm not sure. She hasn't really messaged me to say anything about coming up or anything like that. But obviously, I have let her know that she's welcome to come up on the panel. But in this live, I'm just going to obviously just have a chilled out live. Peaceful one, because obviously the last couple of ones that we've had is just talking about one person and everything else, but this one we're just gonna have a chilled out night and stuff like that. So how's everybody else's day been? Obviously in the UK we've actually got a storm. It's called Emily, and it's been very, very bad over the UK because the storm is actually a hurricane. We're kind of I'm not actually where it is at the moment, but up in north, like where Scotland and stuff like that is, they're getting it badly. They've got floods, it's really, really bad that way. But obviously we've got the wind part of where we are. But I'm just obviously just having a chilled out live. Not sure how long I'm going to be up here for, but obviously, I'm not going to be too long. Obviously Megs went live last night. I have seen the replay of it and everything else because obviously it was a late one for me. So I watched the replay. Some of the celebrity stuff is really, really good. So go over to Meg's channel and watch the live that she did last night. But obviously, very, very welcome that you all are over here. If anyone wants to come up, then obviously I will put the link into the chat. If anyone wants to pop up, then they're very, very welcome to come up. The evil Anne. Is that Leanne that you're talking about? Because she has done a post on me. She kind of thought that I was being misled on somebody's panel, which obviously we all were misled on somebody's panel, but obviously we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, we're all on chill mode. Yeah, it's the weekend and we're all on chill mode. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. Just come in when you're ready, and obviously, I did message Jim to say that I was obviously on live, and if you wanted to pop up and give us an update on everything that's happening and what's going on and everything else. But let's just have a chilled one tonight. Do you know what I mean? obviously, you know, with obviously the storm that we've got over the UK right now, yeah, the reason why I probably had that migraine was due to obviously the storm coming over and the drop of the you know, the storm coming over. But yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the storm we've got over here is just absolutely, yeah, it's just not, you know, we've had some of it, we've kind of had a few tornadoes as well. So yeah, it's just been a pretty bad one over that way. But yeah, I'm glad that everyone has come in and having a good chat with everybody. It's nice to see that. I do believe that Mr. Black Wolf is live later on tonight. If anyone wants to drop his link into the chat, then obviously if anyone wants to drop that in, yeah, come and watch him. He's pretty good. He's funny. We love him. But yeah, I'm just on a chilled out live, like normal, but obviously, just obviously letting people know that obviously the live that obviously somebody did a live over her live when I was on at the same time, that live has been taken down. So just letting people know that obviously that has been taken down. Thank you so much for everybody that had reported that one. And obviously, whoever, it shouldn't happen really, should it? It shouldn't happen. Yeah, because I looked on Belvy's channel and she's not got anything coming up. So is she actually going live as well? So but yeah, obviously I might pop on to Belvy's live as well. Yeah, because obviously Jim and Mr. X goes on Belvy's as well, doesn't they? And they kind of say how it is. But yeah, obviously, yeah, Leanne made a post on me and I wasn't very happy about that one. But obviously, let her get on with it. I'm not bothered, to be honest. Oh, so Texas Granny, you're not going to be watching Belvy? She's what? Who's watching? Who's watching who? Obviously, yeah, I did email Miss not Mr. X, Jim this afternoon to let him know that obviously I'm going live later on today. But obviously, if he's too busy, then fine. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, what you mean? Are you talking about Leanne, or are you talking about that other person? Are you okay? That's fine. Yeah, hopefully he'll pop up, and or he'll send out a message to people to say that I'm on live. But yeah, yeah. Obviously, it just happens, doesn't it? At the end of the day, like I said in my last live, the end of the day, if I hear anything on anybody that's repeating my lives on their lives, then obviously I will obviously report. Yeah, has anybody kind of got any conversation kind of whatsoever over where you guys are and everything else, what's going on? Yeah, I think she does just put it on just as she's gonna go live, isn't she? She does a post before she goes live. But obviously, I'll keep an eye and see what's going on. But yeah, hopefully Jim's got some info, to let us know what's going on and stuff like that. Obviously, he has got his new show, isn't he? Owl's Network thing, isn't it? Obviously, that's on what is it? Amazon Fire Stick, which obviously I've got a Fire Stick anyway, so obviously I might be able to watch that and get onto that. Yeah, I think a lot of people have ordered the Fire Stick, and yeah, I think a lot of people have. Waiting for them to turn up. But yeah, hopefully things. But yeah, obviously, on my channel, I'm gonna do a lot of videos because obviously I've got to catch up with obviously some bits and bobs. Obviously, I've got to finish off the bathroom upstairs. I still got to finish my hallway. I'm actually waiting for my coffee station to arrive so I can get that done. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff changing, a lot of bits and bobs happening. Yeah, so obviously I'm changing out obviously areas of my house. So yeah, we'll be sorting out bits and bobs of that. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, Night Owl Network. Yeah, I've got to get that downloaded and see what's going on with that. Stuff like that. So yeah, so Jim Jim knows that I'm kind of live. Hoping that he's going to pop on or send a robo call out to let him know that obviously he's going to pop on. Yeah, obviously I've got smart TVs, but obviously I ordered, I've had my Amazon Fire Stick for a very, very long time. So, yeah. Oh gosh, really? I think you're getting a little bit confused on basically what's going on. Yeah, hopefully he'll pop on and say what's going on and what's, how to get on and do things like that. But yeah, it's nice to obviously have a chilled life and just chat away and just, yeah, obviously, uh, so we've got to download Night Owl Network, is it? Yeah, you can go on to YouTube and it shows you how to download, obviously, all the bits and bobs to obviously download what you need to, because obviously it's like, how can I explain it? It's like the internet, but you have to download the apps onto the actual TV controller. Yeah. You're being paged again. I did. So yeah. So am I right where everyone else is? Is it 5 or 6 down where people are? So obviously it is like still 11 p.m. in the UK, and I know it's kind of 4 or 5 hours. I emailed Jim to let him know that I was actually live at 11 o'clock. Yeah, I thought it was some sort of time frame between us. What is it? 4 or 5 hours between us. That's why I've obviously watched the replays of is it crab legs Friday, Thursday. I watched that. Yeah, I know, but obviously Jim gave me his email over on the back chat when I went live with him on the other day. Yeah, I was trying to explain to him about my live and who was on my live when we were talking about obviously one person that time. But yeah, there's a lot of people that feel quite used on her show, but obviously, you know, we never know what's going on with her. I think, yeah, we're not going to talk about it because obviously we've talked about it enough times, and I think she knows what she's doing, and I just, yeah, I can't with her right now, to be honest. You know, we've given her a chance. I think everyone else has given her like two chances themselves. But like I said, I only give 2 chances, and then obviously she blew it when she put my live on top of her live. Yeah, I just couldn't do. I can't. I can't with people like that. It's just not right. Which obviously, you know, I get it. Jim and Mr. X have my live up on their panels, but obviously I don't have an issue with Jim or Mr. X. You know, I will, you know, I'm not that, to be honest, I'm not an actual that kind of person to kind of talk about people and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Because like Jim said in his live, he said, if anyone disses him on anyone's lives or anything like that, then he'll do what he needs to do. He'll come back at the people that are doing it. And I don't blame him, to be honest, because at the end of the day, you know, people need to understand that, you know, don't mess with people that they don't know about. But yeah. Has anybody kind of been in contact with Jim or Mr. X or somebody to let him know? Because obviously it's just like, I know it's just like a chilled out one and stuff like that, but yeah, it would be nice to kind of have somebody. Hello, Mix. How are you? I've already had Tammy on here, and I've had Mr. Black Wolf as well. So yeah, they've been up. Just wondered if anyone wants to come up on panel, then obviously I'll share the link. So just let me know. But obviously, you know, this is just a chilled out, obviously live, coming up, having a chat, enjoying stuff. And obviously, Megs, I did obviously watch your replay of your live because obviously, you know, I was actually asleep at that point at time due to obviously with Storm Amy, which is in the UK at the moment, is giving me jip on my head. I think it's the low pressure of the storm that's just made me have a terrible headache and everything else. It's just made me feel a bit rough on the edges. But yeah, obviously, does anyone kind of want me to drop the link and then everyone just wants to come up when they want to come up? That's absolutely fine. They are very welcome. You're all chilling, making dinner. Yum yum. What's everyone making? I made a chicken curry tonight. Oh, it was great. Love a chicken curry. Actually made it by hand, made it by hand. Loved it. Absolutely love making stuff from scratch, because obviously I made a spaghetti bolognese as well. Yeah, I make it up, I make good meals for kind of everybody to kind of have and everything else. I do kind of do some baking as well when I can, due to obviously being, busy with the house. Yes, I'm hoping to be at your live, because obviously with this headache, it's just absolutely, it's killing me. Just makes me watch something at the beginning and then I just fall asleep and I'm just like, is anyone wanting the link to come up, have a chat, have a good time? Let me know in the chat. There is the link. If anyone wants to pop up, then they're very welcome to click on the link and come up when they're ready. So yeah, just obviously yeah, when you're ready to come up, then you're very welcome to come up. Yeah, obviously I'm going to be doing a day in a life. So it actually, it's going to be kind of a day in a life where I'm where I'm going to be obviously cooking my dinners and actually baking cakes at the same time, and everything else. But yeah, I love kind of making a nice dinner and chilling and just, yeah, I like my autumn's chilled out time. I've always got cold hands, so doesn't.
Hey,
Hello, Megs. How are you?
good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, but obviously with this storm that's over the top of us right now,
Oh
is
no.
the migraine is just killing me, but I'm
Oh,
all
I'm
right.
sorry. I know those are awful. I get them too, and I hate it. I usually just have to go to bed.
Yeah, obviously, I watched your replay this afternoon because obviously
Oh, good. Okay.
I actually
Thank
went to
you.
bed early last night because my head was just banging because obviously the storm coming over, the pressure drop of kind of the storm being over us, it's kind of, yeah, it's not great to be honest. But yeah, it's just the pressure drop. Do you know what I mean? Where a storm just comes over and you feel it
Right.
coming. Do you know what I mean? It gives you the migraine.
Oh, yeah. So many different things like that can trigger migraines. I hate it.
Yeah, so I've had it for a
Even
good.
being tired, like I had such a busy week with work. So I've been just exhausted. I did get some good sleep last night, so that helped.
Yeah, because the other day that you were quite busy, weren't you? So you couldn't come
Yes,
up.
our clinic ended up going past what we normally do because we ended up having so many work-ins that we added, and it put us at like 63 patients we saw that day.
Wow.
So, and you can't just leave, like you have to stay and finish the clinic. So,
Oh no,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
hit traffic on the way home, so you can't. It's not like you can get home fast. It's darn
Oh no,
traffic.
I understood. Obviously, you
Oh
obviously
yeah,
had
no, I
to go.
felt so bad because I wanted to be here so bad, and by the time I walked in, I think you had been done. So I was like, "Dang, we really went over."
No, 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 no. That's absolutely fine. You don't know when your busy days are and stuff like that. And obviously, when I go live, then obviously, people don't know. Because from now on, I'm probably going to do lives on either Tuesday,
Yeah,
Thursdays, and Saturdays now, just to like kind of get my watch time hours up. Because my watch time,
right.
I'm not getting my watch time hours going up, they're kind of going down. So I don't know what's going
I
on
know
there.
I need to do the same thing, but it's only because I took a break. But so I'm gonna have to just keep trying to go live and make some videos
Yeah,
again.
definitely. You mostly get your subscribers through your shorts, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, and I've got some other things planned um, coming up, so hopefully that'll help too with engagement.
Yeah. So when you've got a couple of lives coming up, because saw, but what
Yes.
days are they? The ninth.
Um, Let me look it up. Look at my schedule. I think one is on Tuesday night. They're all in the evening, like around 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
Central Time. So
yeah,
we've got one Tuesday for sure. Um, and I kind of just left the other ones. I have them down, but if
yeah.
you end up wanting to do the one with me that we had talked about on mental health, we can, put it in and I'll bump something else. So I just kind of left it open like that,
Yeah,
just in
because
case.
obviously I said next Wednesday, didn't we? Didn't I? I said that we could do the mental health live.
Definitely, yeah.
But I'm not sure what days. Is it Tuesday and when's the when's the next one?
Let's see. I am
Friday.
trying to pull up my StreamYards right now as we speak so I can
Hello
tell
Adele,
you.
how are you?
Just a second. It was being slow. Okay. Let's see what I have. Okay, I've got on Tuesday, I have this one's been planned for a while, but
Yeah,
the lovely Shay helped me with all the research on this one, but it's about a drug that is sold at gas stations that's pretty dangerous. It's called Feel Free. And we're going to talk about the hidden dangers and how a lot of gas stations are selling this stuff to kids.
yeah,
And um, it's causing overdoses and even, sending people to having to get a rehab to get off of it or like a medical detox type facility.
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that.
And then you've got another one, haven't you? The addition.
Yeah, I have
What was it?
a relapse. Well, no, not that one. It's the how it addiction affects family members and like the loved ones around the addict. So that was one of my highly requested ones that we're gonna do. I don't know that we'll necessarily get it in next week. It just depends. You know, like if you and I want to do something, I may bump that one back further out, like the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week. And so
Well,
that way we
obviously,
can do
like,
ours.
yeah, I was kind of thinking through the lives and obviously the videos that I'm kind of planning on doing myself on my channel. Because obviously I'm doing up my house, so I'm kind of doing bits and bobs in my house to do it up. So I'm kind of doing videos on that kind of stuff as well. So, but yeah, I definitely will. Yeah, Wednesday is good for me, but if it's not good for you,
Okay.
then obviously we'll sort out.
Yeah. Wednesday, I know Wolf goes live every Wednesday from like 4:20 to which 4:20 our time, and it
Yeah,
lasts like an hour, sometimes two at the most. So we can either
yeah,
do something. It'd probably have to be after that, which I don't know. That might be too late for you. So we'll figure it out though, because if I don't have to go in and I'm working from home this week,
yeah,
back just doing calls and insurance and stuff, then I would probably be able to do it earlier that day so it won't be
yeah.
so late for
What
you.
whatever time is good. Just let me know because obviously you've got me on Messenger anyway. So just let me know whenever and how you know. Yeah,
Definitely.
we've got a storm called Emily over here too at the moment. So we're kind of we're having
Oh
a very
goodness.
battered time at the moment.
Right. I'll be glad
Yeah.
when I don't know, like here we have the, like hurricane season and stuff. Um I'll be glad when it's over.
Well, yeah, we're that's what we've got over here. We've got the Hurricane Amy at the moment.
Ugh, hopefully it won't be too bad.
Well, it is pretty bad. The wind
Oh
is like
God.
really, really, really bad.
I'll have to catch up
It's
on the
like
news. I'm
100
so behind on
miles per
everything,
hour at the minute.
people.
So yeah, it's not very great. We've got snow, we've got rain, we've got floods, we've got
Right.
everything. Kind of, it's where
No.
ice is it Iceland or somewhere like that? That they're getting it worse, sort of thing. Ireland, that way that they're kind of getting it really, really bad. Scotland's getting it really, really bad over that way as well. But we're kind of getting the edge of it. Do you know what I mean? So we're still getting the winds and the rain and everything else down this way. But yeah, it's really bad, really. You know,
Right.
floods, the high tides from that way as well. Blackpool's getting it really bad. I don't know if you know where Blackpool is, but
Uh-uh.
obviously it's kind of north from me. Because obviously I'm London area down this way, but obviously I'm Blackpool's kind of. Oh, where can I say it is? Do you know where? Do you know where Liverpool is down that way?
Um, I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm not, I'd have to probably see the map, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're getting it quite battery over that
oh
way. So
no. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I pray
they've
that
got trees
everybody is
down. They've got
okay.
trees over cars. The floods
Oh
are
man, I hate
massively
that.
high. Yeah, it's really, really bad down this way. But
Yeah,
obviously,
it sure sounds like it. Those kind of storms are so scary.
yeah. Manchester is getting it quite bad down that way as well because obviously Manchester's kind of a little bit further from where Liverpool down that way is. You know, we've got different areas in the UK. Do you know what I mean? We've kind of got north, east, west.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think, you know, the US is like that as well, isn't they? They're kind of like north, east, west, different central times as well, isn't it? Down over that way. So, but yeah, we're getting through it, obviously. But
Good deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of, it's people think that we don't get hurricanes down this way, but we
Barbara,
do.
Buffalo, good to see you.
Yes, there's been a few knife attacks in London. There've been some where we live as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not great, to be honest. I really want to tell you loads of stuff what's happening in the UK, but to be honest, if like the government finds out that I'm saying things, I could be arrested now. Do you know what I mean? So it's not freedom of speech anymore down the UK, really. So, but yeah, it's nasty. Yeah, I can't wait for. I can't wait for us to vote for different people. To be honest, do you know what I mean? But yeah, our government's. Yeah, I can't say anything.
Totally understand.
I think we all kind of, got everything wrong this end. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of immigration going on this way as well. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's not great.
Yeah. I know I've been hearing stories everywhere, so.
Because immigration, they're coming over, they're getting free phones, they're getting free money, they're getting all this given to them from the government. So, yeah, we're kind of fighting for our country at the moment. So, yeah, it's not great. But yeah, I don't. Obviously, that live that obviously that person did, that was taken down. That person that obviously did my live on top of their lives.
Right.
Yes, that was taken down. So whoever kind of obviously reported that, they basically would obviously told her to remove it or whatever what happened, to be honest. So it must have been quite a lot of people that
I bet
reported.
it was, because it seems like it takes. I mean, YouTube can be weird with like who they take down and who they don't. But if enough people complain on a channel, I think that's when they start really listening.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously,
it's hard to say though.
We've given her like 2 chances now. Do you know what I mean? And it got to that point where it's like, actually, how many chances can we actually give somebody for it to all happen all over again?
Right. And I don't know. I don't think we need that. So.
No, we don't need, to be honest, we don't need that sort of stuff going on anyway, do we? So, we've got our own stuff that we've got to handle anyway, haven't we? So,
right.
We don't need other people's troubles.
No, we do not.
Crackheads, what?
I attract enough crazy already, so I think I have a magnet built in. They all come to me.
Yeah. Rainbow melon. Crackheads. Oh my goodness. Obviously the link is put into the chat, so if anyone wants to pop up, then you're very welcome to come up, have a chat, have a chill time, have a laugh and everything. I'm hoping that Jim's going to be popping up soon as well, because obviously Jim, I let Jim know, obviously, I was going live, and if he had any kind of updates that he needs to share with kind of everyone, then obviously he can use my panel to do that. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we all need our own. Yeah, we all do our own channels, don't we? You know, we kind of
Oh,
have
yeah.
laughs, we have, you know, we all have trolls, and we all have people
Very
that don't
true.
agree with other people. Do you know what I mean? We all have that, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm not stopping anybody from going over to people and supporting them or whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's up to them. That's their issues or whatever they want to do. But obviously, you know, well, you know, we
Right.
all. I don't have an issue with anybody that's in the chat. I don't have any issues on my channel or anything like that. So we just have to do our own thing on our own channels. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like I did 2 lives on one person, and then obviously I was just warning people about that person, but that was it. Really, it wasn't to kind of be mean towards her or anything like that. It was just basically me warning people what this person was about and what was happening and everything else. But yeah, it happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we all know that basically. To be honest, I think somebody was helping her do what she was doing to people anyway. But yeah, you feel clean. What have you been doing? Yeah, you've been mopping the floor and tired now. So you've been mopping the floor and you're tired. Yeah. We all have to do our cleaning. We all have to do whatever we need to do. What, is it really hot over in Detroit? Because yeah, I think kind of everybody kind of needs a storm when it kind of gets to the temperatures where people can't handle. Potheads. It's a pothead. Oh my goodness, Rainbow Melon. But yeah, obviously, you know. Have I pinned the link? Did I pin the link? Yeah, I have pinned the link. So yeah, if anyone wants to come up, then obviously the link is pinned. So you're very welcome.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Oh really? Oh gosh. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Where you got like all that happening as well.
I know. It seems like a lot just has been going on everywhere the last month or so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's unbelievable where we are. Do you know what I mean? So much has been going on since obviously the the migrants and everybody else coming over, and then obviously they were trying to send people back over to France, but
Oh,
then the
goodness.
France closed their channels. It was just like,
Yeah.
and then they had to all come back here, and it was just like, what? That needs
Oh,
to be
my
stopped,
goodness.
really. It does need to
Yeah.
be
It's
stopped because
gotten crazy, out of control.
it has. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen it on the news or anything like that, but kids are being killed by these people as well. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's not nice. Do you know what I mean? It's
I know
definitely
it's not.
You know, especially when it comes to the children and stuff like that, because there was somewhere in Liverpool, basically, somebody got
Mm.
into a place where kids were like dancing and everything else, and he just got in there and started knifing people and just killing the kids.
That's horrible. Dang.
Yeah, it's not nice, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's just, and then there's been a few. Do you know what I mean? There's been quite a lot going on. Like there's knife crimes completely gone up. Obviously, in London, we kind of had something going on with knife crime as well. You know, there's just so much. It's just, yeah, it's not great. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Quite a lot of people did remember the. I can't remember what it was called. Southport. That's what it was called.
Oh,
Somewhere
okay.
in Southport, which is near rural end where my mum actually lives down that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, little kids. Yeah, little kids. And then obviously everyone rioted in London about it. You know,
Right.
people are saying, look, you're not protecting our children and everything else. You know, there was lots of rioting, lots of it. It was all over, it was everywhere. It was like what, the day before it even, no, not the day before, a day after it happened, riots were absolutely everywhere. London, Manchester, just everywhere. It was evil. It was nasty. Um,
Thanks. Right.
well, not being funny, but the government's got to understand. You know, we're not going to let people
Yeah.
come into our country and just let people do that. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, we're trying to protect our children as it is. Do you know what I mean? From all these other people, but now we kind of got to protect them through knife crime, shootings, everything. Do you know what I mean? It's just a nightmare
Oh,
over here at the minute.
definitely.
But you know, but like kind of harassment cases over here, stuff like that, and they kind of get to the bottom of the sorting out before kind of like the other stuff.
Right, exactly.
But you know, it'll get sorted, and one day or the other. Yeah, the grooming gangs. There's a lot of grooming gangs happening over this area too. It's horrible. You know, we kind of have to watch our children constantly over here. It's not nice. But yeah, I think it's just everywhere and anywhere, really, isn't it? Where people just have it everywhere right now. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Because haven't you guys had like a school shooting
Oh, yeah,
sometime?
there's been a lot lately. It seems that those have gotten worse. It
Mm.
keeps happening. Sometimes they don't put them all on the national news, or at least they don't talk about them a lot unless it's a pretty big one. But there's been, been several, and they count even just like if a kid brings a weapon into the school and threatens and things like that. And it seems like all of this has just gotten so much worse.
Yeah, because wasn't kindergarten getting shooted
Yeah,
up
it's
as well?
happened all the way down to kindergarten with kids sneaking weapons in their backpacks, which parents need to keep those kind of things locked up where kids cannot get a hold to them at all.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
definitely.
you know, gun cabinet should be locked at all times. no kid should know how to get into it
Yeah, because
ever.
people just get charged for that anyway, don't they? With having lethal weapons anyway, don't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some people can have, and you can, it's legal to have some, but a lot of people do have illegal type guns and things, and you know, which ends up being sometimes that'll end up being what they use in these top types of shootings, and other times it'll be a gun that they or maybe their parents had legally.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
they had.
That's what I'm saying. They're actually cracking down on people in the UK now. It is crazy because obviously you know, a lot of people in the UK are getting arrested for actually having a gun on them now and actually having knives on
Yeah,
them and everything else. That that it's just it is really really
right. And
crazy.
I
Where
think, we're fixing to have a lot of mental health benefits cut in the US,
yeah,
especially for people like on Medicaid and things like that, like the state insurance, and all
mm,
of that's going to be taken away. So, which is going to make things worse because a lot of these, which it's no excuse. I mean, if somebody does something like this or any kind of violent
yeah.
act, they have to face consequences no matter what's going on. But I think we're going to see more and more stuff like this with untreated mental health problems,
Yeah, that's what I'm
unfortunately.
saying because there was a few people down the road from me. They kind of had, oh, what was it called? Bipolar. They had
Right.
bipolar disorder. Basically, they had a referral to the mental health team,
Mm,
but the mental health team didn't even get involved. So
dang.
basically,
Yeah.
they kind of
It's
went.
really sad.
It is because I'm not being funny, but there's a massive list of people that want to. Um,
Yeah, there's people that want to get help, and then there's also the problem where they're embarrassed to ask for help because there's such a stigma with addiction and mental health, and they're
yeah,
ashamed,
yeah,
to ask for help. And I wish it wasn't like that. That's why we have to continue to speak out about it,
yeah,
to try to
definitely.
help break the stigma and to say, hey, it's okay to say you're not okay and reach out for help. You know,
I'm not married. I'm not married. I'm actually a single parent to 5 children. So, yeah. But yeah, like I said, the mental health team kind of are so slow down in the UK as well, where people are needing his physical help, but then obviously
yeah,
people go completely mental
very true.
till they have to. Do you know what I mean? Till they actually have to do something and help them out.
Right. Yeah, and we have such a bad problem here with the opiate crisis and everything, and a lot of treatment for that is going to be cut, and I think it's just going to make the issues way worse because if somebody can't reach out and get the help that they need for that, they're going to continue to use their their drug of choice. It's just really sad. I hope something changes, and maybe they'll come up with a plan to help others, but it's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, that until they're actually in jail or in prison, that's when they start getting the help. And it's just like, why should it have to be that way? That you have to be in jail or you have to be
Hey, Mary and
in
Rainbow Melon and Texas Granny. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, they're most of the people are over here. Yep.
Yeah, well, my chat again wasn't loading until just now, so I'm just now seeing everybody pop up again. So-
Yeah, yeah. Mary's a very good friend of mine as well. So obviously we email each other as
yeah.
well and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like that.
awesome.
So yeah, we keep in touch as well. So, but yeah, I'm doing okay, except for obviously having a migraine due to obviously having this storm Amy across the UK
Right.
at the moment. Yeah, so
I'm
you
so
know,
sorry.
I had
Migraines are awful.
So I had the migraine at the last live, but that was kind of the day before the storm actually was hitting us. So yeah, it's just now it's over us. I think it's just where the low pressures come over. I think it's just made it worse.
Right.
You're doing good. Good. It's good to hear that you're doing good. We all like to hear we're doing good.
Yes. Um, I guess everybody's been having a good weekend so far, I hope.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm having a good weekend. Obviously, I'm just chilling in my house because obviously the wind is quite bad, so I don't go out very much. So going out when it's stormy and stuff like that anyway. Because obviously
Yeah.
we do orders on. We can do like DoorDash. You know, you do door dashes in the US. We kind of have we have Uber Eats and we kind of have Just Eat where they just like um drop off your deliveries and stuff like that you actually order. So
Right.
yeah, I kind of use that when it's kind of this weather because obviously I don't really want to take the kids out in this kind of windy and horrible weather, to be honest. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't blame you there. I would do the same.
looking at always looking at the four walls. I know it's not good for anybody to do that, but the thing is, when it's kind of stormy weather and everything else, now I don't go anywhere. No, Mary's from Texas. Um, but yeah, Mary, what's the weather over where you are? Is it hot today?
um, I know here it is, it hasn't been, like I was saying the other day, it hasn't been as hot as it normally is, especially in the summer. It's finally cooling down where, you can enjoy being outside, especially in the mornings and in the evenings. It's been lovely, and the humidity's kind of starting to come down. I mean, we still have some days that you're like, ugh, still running the air condition all the time, but it's getting
Mm.
better.
That's what I mean here. It's kind of the weather's kind of up and down at the moment, which obviously we kind of stick to kind of around the teens around this sort of time. But obviously we've been getting up to like the 20s and stuff like that. So it's kind of it's been quite humid and warm and stuff like that. So I've been able to get out, but obviously we kind of stuff like that. But yeah.
Right. But I'm definitely ready for a little bit more cooler weather. I don't like when it's super cold, but
Yeah.
um I would love for it to be cooler than this.
Yeah, well, obviously in the UK we kind of have coolish weather anyway. Do you know what I mean? But obviously
Right.
um, we, when we have a heat wave, we can't cope over here. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we don't really have heat waves all the time. Do you know what I mean? We kind of have heat waves in the summer, and well, summertime, that's kind of when we start kind of seeing the weather changes and stuff like that. But then obviously right now we're kind of like in the teens and stuff like that, like I don't know what, we can get to like the 13s, we can get to 10s and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? But obviously when it gets too cold, too cold, then obviously I don't go out at all, do you know what I mean? Because obviously with this, it can get really cold over in the UK, definitely can. But obviously, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I kind of had like a really bad chest infection, so I was actually in and out of the hospital. So yeah, it wasn't great because I couldn't breathe half the time and everything else. This is why I wasn't doing any videos. I just stopped YouTube altogether. But then obviously I did do a post to say that I wasn't very well and everything else. So I just let people know that I would be back. So
Right.
But yeah, I had like I actually physically had 2 weeks off YouTube just to like get myself better. But it
Yeah,
does
it's
take a
okay to
long
take
time.
breaks, everybody needs them sometimes. I took a break recently on my channel, and last night was the first time that I've gone back live on my channel. I've popped up with you and Wolf a couple times, but
Yeah,
I was going live a lot, and I wouldn't say I really got burnt out. I'm just it was time for a break, and I needed it just for myself.
yeah,
And it's gotten really busy this time of year with like my daughter in school, so we've had a lot of things going on to go to and stuff like that.
yeah. I think a lot of people do, and sometime in the times. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, I like I say, I homeschool anyway at home. So I'm kind of
Right.
busy. I'm kind of busy in the daytime during the week. But obviously, I do kind of catch up with lives when obviously the school, homeschool finishes and stuff like that. So I kind of just catch up with kind of all the lives that I've missed as well. So, but yeah,
Right.
obviously we in the you know, the weekends, I don't actually do homeschooling. I kind of just do homeschooling on the days that need to be schooled. And then obviously the weekends, we take a massive break from it all. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously kids need a break from school now and then anyway, don't they?
Oh yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think, 'cause weekends are just for like chilling and letting the kids do, be on their games or whatever they need to do. But yeah.
Um yeah, especially for me, like after a busy week like I had this week, weekends are just kind of like time to relax and recharge again, to do it all over again Monday.
Yeah, I think that's probably what the weekends are for anyway, isn't it? Just
Right.
to like recharge and,
Yeah.
get that rest, get that chill time in
Right. But
um
we have some fun things coming up, like on the weekends. We have, like my youngest birthday is coming up, and then we have like a little fall carnival coming up at our school, and that we always go to this time of year. And then we have a real big carnival that comes every late October that we always go to, so it's always fun.
yeah, definitely.
Halloween, all that good stuff.
Oh, I love Halloween. I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to make it really, really good for the kids. Do you know what I mean? I do like little parties and stuff like that for them and stuff like that, and just really make it really good for them. So you know, and take them out for a good couple of hours and stuff like that. I love doing it. You know, kids need that sort of fun time, don't they, as well? So,
Right.
but yeah, Rainbow Melon, there is a lot of disorders that can be qualified of being an actual disorder. Like mental health is a disorder. Learning difficulties is a disorder now. Autism, ADHD. There's so many disorders out there, you
Yeah,
know.
a lot of them kind of go hand in hand too. So
Yeah,
you're going to see like a lot of dual diagnosis where sometimes I mean, you know, they might be someone could be diagnosed with just one, but a lot of times they'll have, you know, two, even three.
yeah, yeah. Because obviously, some people can have mental health with anxieties, and when you have that, it kind of it messes with your complete head with having all that.
Let's see, I was kind of looking at the chat.
Yeah, but Rainbow Melons kind of brought up something, but
Okay,
that's it.
I'm just refreshing. For some reason, my chat, I usually pop out the YouTube chat like when we're live and just close YouTube, which has always worked, but the chat hasn't been wanting to load the last few times
Can you see that?
but now it's working again. Oh yeah, I see it on your screen. Definitely.
So yeah, basically.
Let me blow it up just a little bit. There we go. How about a sex addict, a disorder? How about a compulsive liar? Um, yeah, I mean, all of those are definitely issues that need treatment for sure. I know some of those are harder to treat than others, but I know there are treatments for them.
Yeah, mate. Rainbow Melons kind of saying, is it just an
Is it? Oh,
excuse?
you're saying is it really a disorder or more of an excuse? You know, yeah. I mean, that raises a good question because I mean, I know um, with addiction, you know, you can be addicted to anything. And a lot of times, like, let's say somebody who was addicted to a substance, you know, a drug or alcohol, and they get off of it, but they don't continue treatment. So they end up becoming addicted to something else like gambling or sex or shopping. So addiction can it can happen with all kinds of things. Why and it's why you know treatment is so important, or and recovery is so important to put that first in your life, or you will end up falling. You might not necessarily relapse on you know whatever it was that you struggled with before, but you could end up taking on something else. But I definitely can understand. Um, you know, people. I think people who aren't in real recovery or even ready to admit that they have an issue that they're dealing with will um, still try to get out of things and use it as an excuse. Where it's not an excuse, definitely. No matter what, you have to face consequences of your actions. So if you made really bad choices in all of these things, um, you shouldn't get a pass.
Yeah, I think a lot
You'll have
of
to face it. So if you're an active addiction and you steal something from the store, then and you're going to have to face if you get you know face getting arrested possibly all consequences.
yeah, I think a lot of people have they need to take this consequences to a next level, really, don't they? Because they need to know that they're doing wrong, but then obviously if they don't see that they're doing wrong, somebody needs to kind of say that obviously I don't think that's right.
Yeah,
And
nobody should get a pass, that's for sure. I agree with y'all.
yeah, definitely, no one should be able to
And
blame
some people
somebody.
choose never to change, right? I mean, the only way somebody can truly get help is if they admit that they have, like that something's wrong and they have to want the help. And it's okay to create boundaries with people who are like this, especially if they've hurt you or done things wrong to you. If you choose to say, okay, this person, I never want you around me again, that is okay. This is part of what we're going to talk about when I cover how addiction affects the people around the addict, and not necessarily just people suffering with drugs and abusing drugs and alcohol, but any kind of addiction. Everybody else around them gets hurt too, whether it's friends or family.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They just don't care who gets hurt, and they just
Right.
they don't take their responsibilities of basically knowing that.
Exactly. And part of recovery is taking those responsibilities and admitting that you've done things wrong and facing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Say it louder for the people in the back, right?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
definitely will. Especially when we cover it. I'm gonna, go a little bit deeper into it and everything. But I want to make sure the people who are dealing with the addicts um feel like they have somebody to talk to and they have a network of people they can reach out to and feel supported.
Exactly. Because obviously, um I love the support that I kind of have it, because obviously I have people that I message on Messenger. I have people that I can email if I'm upset about something or anything
Oh,
like
I'd
that.
love to have you, Barbara. Right, Sarah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely
Uh,
come to the lives that we do, because obviously we cover kind of a lot, don't we, Megs? We kind of go through
yes.
a lot.
Right, and I'm gonna have some really good information on on this, and I always give out some great resources too.
Mhm.
I'm never gonna diagnose anybody or anything like that, but just share information, and I always share, coming off of my story, and of course, the panel's always open for anybody that wants to share their story, or whether you went through an addiction or maybe were affected by somebody with one.
Yeah,
Recovery is possible for anybody, but again, they have to want it. And no matter how much we want it for somebody, we can't force them or make them. They have to choose it. But never feel bad for putting your foot down and creating those boundaries, because you have to protect yourself too.
yeah, we all kind of have to protect ourselves and make sure that we kind of have the right resources around us and everything else. But obviously, we all kind of have our, our own stories on kind of stuff and everything else. Because obviously, I have shared my story with Megs and quite a few
Yes,
people on her channel, and she obviously knows the situation of what's been going on with kind of my my situation and everything. But we kind of help
right.
each other, don't we? We kind
Oh
of
yeah.
um
I know it always helps me to talk to others who've been through these types of issues, and I know it helps other people as well. And that's why I do it. I always hope that whenever I can talk about these things or even share my story, I know you feel the same way, Sarah, that it hopefully will help, just even if it's just one person. I feel like we're doing something right.
exactly, yeah.
Um,
Um Yeah,
Barbara said her son is 15 years sober. Lost my daughter because of it, and I volunteer with addicts for over 20 years. I'm so sorry about your daughter, Barbara. My heart goes out to you so much, and I'm so happy that your son has 15 years. That is amazing. Um, one day is amazing, 15 years is outstanding. I think that's awesome, and I think it's awesome that you volunteer to help others. And it is sad. It's not easy to see.
yeah, it's yeah. Addiction is not hard to see in a lot of people. Sometimes they do
Yeah.
hide it. They hide it very well as well,
Oh,
don't they?
yeah, I did for a while, and then I thought I was hiding it, but a lot of times people see it when you don't think they are because you're in such denial. So you think you can hide it, but it's really all over you like a big red flag.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what's happened in someone's life, but then obviously, we still get trolled on anyway, don't we? And they
Yeah,
still push our buttons to kind of get to where we we want to, go backwards again. And it's like, actually, no, you're not going to do that to us. You're just going to make it worse for us, and we'll end up just being depressed again, or we kind of just sit back and let it get to us again and everything else. And it got to that point, sometimes can get to that point where we just like take it so seriously that somebody could actually these
right.
trolls could actually take someone's life. And I think a lot of
Yes,
people have kind of done that as well.
right.
But we don't know if it was due to obviously some of the trolls, or it had been that something is going on in their lives and they couldn't speak up because the trolls would come for them.
Right.
Um,
And to hide is hard. You have to constantly lie to cover up. That is so true, Rainbow Melon. And the lies get worse and worse, and it just snowballs. You know what I mean? It's awful, and you're so numbed out usually that you're not caring that it's hurting others. Then you start to use more to cover up the pain of hurting others. It's just a vicious cycle. I have never seen a drug or drank alcohol, but I have seen it is not easy to stop. Seems easier for most just to continue. Right. Yes, definitely not easy to stop, and a lot of um there's many reasons why they don't. You know, it, it's a disease that never goes away. Of course, you can recover, but sometimes they don't want to face those feelings again, right? Or whatever those traumas were that may have they've been trying to push down for so long. And then, or just the detox process keeps a lot of people in addiction because they don't want to go through those physical symptoms of and mental of detox.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all that for sure.
We definitely good. Yeah, well, I'll definitely try get onto the panel and talk about all this with Megs.
Right. Oh, so much
Move
shame
on.
attached to mental health and addiction. Absolutely. To the point where that keeps addicts very sick because they are so ashamed.
Yeah, definitely. Communication is always important.
Mhm.
Make sure you reach out to anyone if you kind of have any kind of issues or anything like that. You know,
Yeah,
people need to see the signs a bit better as well. Do you know what I mean? If
right.
people saw the signs better as well, it wouldn't get to the point where people are doing what they're doing, obviously. But
Yeah.
you
And
know, people
I'll
people do end up getting very withdrawn and shame
Mhm.
themselves and everything else. And it gets to that point where people just don't want it anymore, and they just take the easy way out
Right. Um,
of
I'll
it all.
definitely share a tiny bit of my story too, and then another day we'll do a longer version. But that day I'll just give y'all a little tiny piece of it so y'all can kind of know um,
Yeah.
how it started for me and why I'm trying to do this, trying to help others.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think what me and Megs have actually gone through, we've got to the point where actually we've come away from the people that we were with to kind of sort ourselves out in some sort of
Yeah,
ways. So
right. I had to change everything. When I tell y'all, when I got into recovery, and I finally said, this is it. It was my rock bottom, and I was like ready for the help, asking for the help. Um, I had to change everything. I had to change people, places, and things. And they tell you to do that, and they were right. And that is key. A lot of people, and I know not everybody can do that. Possibly maybe it's a reason why they don't have the finances to move or things like that. But to change as much as you can, get away from people you were around during addiction, things like that. That was all um, a big thing that helped me. But I continue to keep my recovery first. I have a great support system. I do 12-step meetings. I have a recovery group online that I've been in for many, many years and known these people for quite some time, and I couldn't do it without them. And a sponsor.
that, yeah, definitely, that's kind of what a lot of people need is like a volunteer to kind of be your sponsor and make sure that
Yeah. And
you you
yeah,
feel safe with that sponsor as well. And obviously,
right. And recovery can look different for everyone. It doesn't have to be like you don't have to do exactly what I do. What works for me might not work for you. You might choose to church might be what helps you, or it might just be AA or NA, or it might be medication and church. I mean, different things. So I never look down on anybody's recovery because everybody's different.
Exactly, everyone's different.
Mhm.
My recovery was just to stop hanging around with the people that I was hanging around with, because they were doing the stuff that I wanted to come away from. So I just come away from it all. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah. And
I just I just
relapse
stopped.
is part of recovery. A lot of people don't get it the first time, or they may end up having a relapse, but it's not anything to be ashamed about, even though I know it's very difficult not to be ashamed about it, but it happens, and you know, pick yourself up and keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You always
Um,
make a life out of something that has come worse for other people.
yeah, right. I always, which y'all will see when we do the live stream, I have so many resources, but I also always give out my contact information in case anybody ever wants to talk in private rather than in the live stream or in the chat. Some people would prefer to talk privately, so that's always going to be open for anybody that may want to talk.
Yeah.
I will be there
Yeah,
for you
we definitely
anytime.
all don't like liars, and we don't like the people that just want to use you and stuff like that. We don't want to be. You don't want to be with kind of people like that. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
you just know that obviously they're just going to snap on you at any time and make things worse and say it's your fault and turn it all against you.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely that it's yeah, it's like emotional abuse on somebody and people that manipulate
Yeah.
you and everything else. It just gets to that point where you kind of like you just want to come away from that and just say, actually, nah, my
Right.
life's better than that, and you just make it even better when you kind of get rid of them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, obviously we've been on here an hour and a half.
Okay.
I'm gonna obviously end this live because my head is absolutely
I
banging,
know. I
and
hope you can rest and feel better.
yeah, I'm hoping to kind of get some rest, and obviously because I'm looking at the screen, it's making it worse because of my eye.
Yeah.
It's really really sore. So,
Right. Well,
but yeah,
please go rest.
obviously I'm going to be obviously going live. I'm just letting you know I will be going live on a Tuesdays,
Okay.
Thursdays, and obviously Saturdays at this sort of time.
All right.
Because obviously I know some people are having their dinners and stuff like that, but I don't want to go
Yeah.
too late on my lives because obviously with me, um, time frames and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But obviously,
Right.
yeah, we
I'll
don't
get
like.
with you though and see when you want to do the one that we're going to do together. I want you to feel
Yeah,
better first and all that good stuff. So I'll check with you, in a day or two and see when you're
yeah,
ready.
definitely. Just obviously message me on Monday, but obviously I'll message you on
Yeah.
Tuesday to let you know I'm obviously going to be live. Or if you
Okay.
can't come up, then you can't come up. Then that's absolutely fine.
Right.
You don't
Oh, yeah.
have
I'll
to.
always try to be here unless I'm just stuck at work.
No, yeah, obviously, yeah, like I say, everyone's welcome to come up on panel to have a chat with me, have a good
Yeah.
laugh and everything else, and
Right.
obviously talk about
Thank you,
anything and
Texas
everything.
Granny.
But yeah, obviously I'm gonna end the live now because obviously I do need to rest my eyes. It's absolutely
Yeah.
killing me.
It was good to see all of you lovely ladies and stuff in the chat. I appreciate everybody welcoming me here. And Sarah, again, I love everybody in your chat. They're all so nice.
Thank you for actually coming into my live, watching the live, and obviously seeing me and Megs talk about whatever we need to talk about. Yeah, we obviously talk to the chat, and obviously we look at the chat and we response to kind of anything that anybody else wants to chat about. We will do that, and obviously, please, obviously, do like the live, and obviously subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, but obviously go and subscribe to obviously Mr. Wolf's channel.
Yeah, he'll be live at
um
8 o'clock Central Time tonight on his channel.
obviously subscribe to obviously Meg's channel as well. Obviously I think there's been some people, I think Barbara's been putting in the links, but obviously if you
Yes,
can put
and
links
Texas
in before I
Granny, and I
end the
appreciate
live,
y'all
then
doing
obviously
that.
people will obviously get
Right.
the links and subscribe and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously I'm going to end the live now because my head is
Okay.
absolutely
All
banging and
right,
I
go
need.
get you some rest. Thank you for having me on, Sarah.
No,
Talk to
that's
you
absolutely
soon.
fine. You're always welcome on my panel, and you
I
know that. And
appreciate
obviously,
you.
I will get onto your
Thank
panel,
you,
and
Barbara.
obviously Mr. Wolf's panel I'll try and get onto as well and have
Yeah.
a good chat with you guys. But yeah, we're obviously Megs, I'm still obviously waiting for the parcels to come from your wish list. Obviously the drone must be lost.
I know, right?
But yeah, obviously, I'm gonna end the live now. So
Okay.
enjoy the
I'll
rest
see
of
y'all
your
next time.
evenings and
Have
your
a good
day.
weekend, everybody.
Have a good rest of the weekend, and obviously don't forget to
Feel
watch
better.
my next video. It should be out probably Tuesday
Okay.
as well. So obviously, you know, it's going to
Sounds
be a good
good.
one as well. So just, yeah, make sure you watch that and obviously make your comments and obviously like it. And what is this hip thingy? Is it to get the video out a bit better or something like that? I don't know what's called.
Oh,
Hype.
oh yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that. It's just if it really gets it out better or not. I need to research that a little bit more and
Yeah,
see.
because obviously I've got it on my thingy to say to hype
Right.
up the video
Same.
so it gets out a bit better and stuff like that. But yeah,
Right.
anyway, I'm gonna end the live anyway now.
Okay.
So,
All right. See
but
y'all next time.
yeah, I will see you guys in my next live or video or whatever you want to be watching. But yes, obviously like and share whatever you want
Yes,
to
please.
share. But obviously, I will see you soon then, guys. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Love
Thanks
you
for
all.
having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.